10 years ago, my life changed with a single phone call. A phone call that still echoes in my memory. I remember standing in my kitchen, holding my newborn daughter, when my best friend's name flashed on my husband's phone. Back then, I didn't think much of it. They were close. We were all close. But that day, he froze when he saw me looking at his screen. His eyes told me something his mouth didn't dare to say. I didn't know it yet, but the two people I trusted the most had already betrayed me. The truth came out slowly, painfully, like ripping off a bandage that wouldn't let go. My friend confessed first. Not because she regretted it, but because she was afraid I would find out from someone else. She said it just happened, that it was a moment of weakness, that she never meant to hurt me. But none of those excuses mattered. All I heard was the sound of my entire world breaking. My husband admitted it too, his voice shaking, his face pale, like he had finally realized what he had thrown away. The betrayal hit me harder than anything in my life. Not because of what they did, but because it changed the way I saw love, trust, and myself. The days that followed felt unreal, like I was living someone else's story. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I looked at my daughter and wondered how I could raise her in a home built on lies. My husband begged me to stay. He promised he would change. He promised it meant nothing, but I didn't believe him. Not then. Not after the people closest to me had cut so deeply. There were moments when I almost packed my bags, moments when I stood at the door with my keys in hand, just waiting for that final push to leave. But something kept me there. Maybe it was love, maybe it was fear, maybe it was the tiny hope that our family was worth fighting for. Healing didn't happen overnight. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't gentle. It was painful, raw, and messy. We went to counseling. We talked for hours, sometimes whispering, sometimes yelling. We dug into wounds I didn't even know existed. And slowly, very slowly, I saw him changing. Not with words, but with actions. Every single day, he showed up. He listened. He took responsibility. He cut ties with her completely. And for the first time in months, I saw the man I fell in love with. Not perfect, but willing to become better. 10 years have passed since that day. 10 years since I cried on the kitchen floor, wondering how my life had fallen apart. And here's the truth. I forgave him. Not because I'm weak, not because I forgot, but because forgiveness freed me. It freed us. Today, we're stronger than we ever were. We learned how to communicate, how to trust again, how to rebuild something new out of something broken. We laugh more, fight less, and appreciate each other in ways we couldn't before. And sometimes, when I catch him playing with our daughter, now 10 years old, I'm grateful I didn't walk away. If you're listening to this and going through betrayal, I want you to know something. Healing is possible. Forgiveness is possible. But it has to be your choice. No one can rush you. No one can tell you what's right. Some marriages break. Some survive. Ours survived because both of us fought for it. Every single day. I don't tell this story to excuse what he did. I tell it because love, real love, isn't just about the good moments. It's about choosing each other even when it hurts. Choosing to grow, choosing to rebuild, choosing to stay. Not out of fear, but out of hope. And 10 years later, I'm glad I chose hope.